Welcome back to Anatomy and Physiology on Catalyst University. My name is Kevin Tokoph. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for future videos and notifications. In this video, we're going to discuss two major things. One, we're going to look at the major bony features of the femur, and then two, we're going to learn how to distinguish a left from a right femur. So first of all, remember that the femur is the proximal bone of the leg, and the head, as we'll see, of the femur actually forms the ball and socket joint of the hip joint, much like the head of the humerus that we covered earlier forms the ball and socket joint of the shoulder. All right? So that being said, this giant engorgement up here of the bone at the top, the proximal side, is the head of the femur, and obviously you can see the head of the femur in both an anterior view and a posterior view. One thing you may not be able to see too well in this video, but you will be able to see it when you actually look at the models, is there's actually a hole, kind of a groove in the head of the femur. Okay? This hole right here, which you can feel with your finger, is called the Fovea Capitis. And this is only present on the head of the femur. We don't actually see it on the head of the humerus. So it's only on the femur, and it's called the Fovea Capitis. The best way to learn it is just to put your finger over it and feel it. And then the shaft of the femur is connected to the head by the neck, which makes sense. And the neck of the femur is much more prominent than the neck of the humerus. In fact, with the humerus, I didn't even cover the neck. Okay, it's really not very prominent at all. It's not that important. But with the femur, the neck is very distinguishable, and so you could be asked about the neck. Okay, but it connects the head to the shaft of the bone. Now, the most proximal part of the shaft of the bone contains two very important structures. One is called the greater trochanter, and the other is the lesser trochanter. Now, here's the point of confusion. The femur has trochanters, whereas the humerus actually had tubercles. So remember, the humerus had a greater tubercle and a lesser tubercle. The femur has a greater trochanter and a lesser trochanter, but they're very similar. The greater trochanter is closer to the head, it's more proximal, okay? And so you could say it's a little bit higher up. So here's the greater trochanter. You can really see it better from a posterior view. And the lesser trochanter down here is lower, obviously, okay? It's more distal than the greater trochanter. So I just wanted to point those out as well. If we stay on a posterior view, if we look at this little line right here that you can see, you could even feel it, that's on the proximal side of the bone. This is called the gluteal tuberosity, and it's called the gluteal tuberosity because the gluteus maximus is actually going to insert on this tuberosity. Okay, that's why it's called the gluteal tuberosity. Now, one structure that is very important for distinguishing left and right in the femur is the linea aspera. If you start about right here and take your finger and go down on the posterior side of the femur, you'll feel this very large kind of bump that goes down the length of the posterior side of the shaft of the femur. That linea aspera is only palpable on the posterior side. You cannot feel it on the anterior side. So if you take your finger down the shaft of the bone and you feel the linea aspera, you have the posterior side of the femur. Okay? You have the posterior side of the femur. If you do not feel it, you have the anterior side. We'll come back to the linea aspera at the end of the video. Now, down at the bottom, we have the lateral and medial condyles and epicondyles. So the condyles are pretty much only visible on the posterior side. These two grooves right here, there's one here and one here. This one is called the lateral condyle. Okay, so the lateral condyles, these are these very large, actually kind of smooth surfaces that you see on the posterior side. This is the lateral condyle. The part that sticks out a little laterally from that and a little bit higher up is actually called the lateral epicondyle. So the epicondyle is more on the side of the femur, whereas the condyle is directly on the posterior side. Okay? Likewise, on the medial side, we have the medial condyle, which is this smoothened surface right here on the posterior side. And then sticking out a little bit medially, we have the medial epicondyle. So make sure you know the difference between the medial epicondyle and the medial condyle. You could consider the condyles more central, whereas the epicondyles are more lateral and medial. Okay? And then there's kind of a point right here on the medial side of the femur called the adductor tubercle. Some of the hip adductor muscles are actually going to attach right there, but that's a little bit less important. Now, the question is, how do you determine left from right for the femur? Okay, so generally speaking, when you're asked about the femur, it will probably be in this position right here, the posterior view, because most of the important things that you can see are visible on the posterior side. Okay, so what you do is you see if you can feel the linea aspera. Okay, if you can feel this linea aspera, this bony prominence that goes down the length of the shaft, if you can feel that, you have a posterior view. Okay, you have a posterior view, and so you're looking at the patient from the back. Now, regardless of whether or not you have an anterior or posterior view, the head of the femur has to go toward the body, toward the hip. Okay, so if I have a posterior view here because I can feel the linea aspera, and this head of the femur goes into the body, okay, that means the pelvis has to be right here. And since I'm looking from the back side, the posterior view, this has to be the right femur. Okay, and we can see that in this image it is the right femur. If I was given this view over here, I would know it's anterior because I can't see or feel the linea aspera from the anterior side. And because the head has to point toward the pelvis would be over here in that case. I'm looking from the front side, this would have to be the right femur. Okay? So hopefully this gave you a good understanding of the pieces of the femur and then also how to tell the left versus the right. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for future videos and notifications. Thank you very much.